Hello and welcome. My name is Blessing Munatsi. Welcome to this special broadcast brought to you by Zim Papers Television Network at the ongoing Zimbabwe Agricultural Show 2019. I'm joined by Mr. Ernest Muvunzi right here at the Command Agriculture stand right here. Ernest, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks guys for having me.
Now, can you give us an overview to this stand? We can see that it's an all-inclusive stand this year.
Okay, so the main creative behind this whole thing was number one was to bring out the theme, mainly the technology part of the theme, modernization and the innovation. So as Command Agriculture, as the big body of Command Agriculture, and as the main task force when it comes to Command Agriculture, we wanted to bring all our stakeholders in one big stand and then push each agenda on its own. So we have different companies, we have seed companies and we have fertilizer companies. So in terms of seed, we just made sure that everyone in terms of seed, they are speaking on the subject of seed, not on the auspices of them being a seed company. Then we go to fertilizer. The companies are pushing Command as a provider of fertilizer, not as individual companies. So like that's the main rationale behind the whole theme and the whole concept of the stand.
You obviously tried to put in the theme for this year, which touches a lot on technology, innovation, as well as modernization. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so on that aspect, we tried to include technology more and heavy on the irrigation side. So we had Marker come in as part of Command, and they provided a pivot, a remote controlled pivot, which will be watering the stand, the crops within the stand. And also we have the Aquaponics. So Aquaponics is the art, or that's the agriculture, where we have technology, and it's number one, it's water conservation and it's nutrients conservation again. So that's technology and also innovation and modernization, as you just said.
So the pivot that you just mentioned is unique in that it's not very big, is it? It's tailor-made to the specs of the given farm. How is this an advantage for the small farmers?
Okay, so in the previous years, we knew that for you to own a pivot, you should have a big farm. But okay, what we're now saying as Command and as Marker, as they partnered with us, we're saying for the small scale farmers, no matter how small your field is, we can tailor make a pivot that caters for your field. And number one, that's the pro. And also number two, you don't have to be on the field, like specifically. It's also remote controlled. So like apart from you having to water using the dams, now you can have a miniature pivot just made for even a 1 hectare or even 100-meter field. We can make sure, I think if you can just take a look at our field, like the field is so small, but it's being watered by a pivot.
Is the technology really getting into farming in the 21st century, and it's getting exciting. We're seeing drone technology even being used in farming. We're also seeing agricultural applications being used. Can you tell us now about the importance of smart energy irrigation, smart energy utilization in farms?
Okay, so I think the main motivation behind us pushing for smart energy and smart irrigation and smart farming is, we are suffering heavy on climate change. So like we're receiving too little rainfall, the sun is scorching. So what we're trying to do is, with the little amount of water that we have, we should produce much. We can't cut on produce just because like the weather is changing or the climate is changing. So smart irrigation is now bringing in like, hey, we have too little water, but with the too little water that we have, let's now direct it to the plants. So for farms in Chinhoyi, especially in Chinhoyi, they are now practicing what we call conservation farming and water harvesting, that they won't plow the whole field. They'll just plow not only so that at least where they plow, they put the
drip irrigation.
Exactly. So that at least we save water.
Can you tell us about the specifications of the solar unit that we saw being exhibited here? What are the special features of this solar unit?
Okay, so number one, there's a remote controlled pivot, and it's solar powered. So by the way, this whole Command stand is being powered by solar. No electricity, it's 100% off grid. So this pivot works on solar, and it's remote controlled, and it's small, and it's so small. Like if you've seen the big people, and this one we tried by all means to keep it small, but serve the purpose of irrigation.
Ernest Muvunzi, the graphic designer with Commander, giving us an insight into what motivated them to come up with this unique stand, all aspects of agriculture coming under one roof per se. Shortly we will get into a tour around this stand, led of course by Richard Moyo, who is the creative director of Command. And Command, as you may be aware, introduced by government to make sure that the country is self-sufficient in terms of agriculture and also in terms of grains. Just last year alone, over 200,000 hectares were under Command irrigation, and this, I'm told, is supposed to go up to over 350,000 hectares by the year 2030. So definitely big targets are being set by the government. But let's take a look at the tour that is being led by Mr. Richard Moy, the creative director for Command.
Welcome to the Command Agriculture stand here at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show 2019. We are pleased to welcome you to our stand, and we'll take you through what we have in store for you today. From the initial footage that we have here, we are focusing on this year's theme at the Agricultural Show, which is technology, innovation, modernization, adopt, accelerate, and accentuate. This opening part of our stand illustrates there's different elements that we'll be showcasing within the stand that talk to the different aspects of this theme. We want to especially point to the fact that agriculture to us is the anchor of the economy, and as a result we believe that it plays a vital role in the future and developmental goals of this country. We would like to welcome you to the future of agriculture reimagined. This is Command Agriculture. The Geological Service Department of Zimbabwe, they play a very crucial role in as far as the understanding of weather patterns and climate change. The department provides consultancy services, and through them farmers can get to understand what the weather patterns are like, and so they play a vital role in providing information that is useful for farming technology. Next to them we have got the Department of Chemistry and Soils. They also play a key role as far as soil testing is concerned, because we understand that the better the soil quality, the better the yield. So these two departments play a very important role as far as consultancy and providing information to farmers in terms of what they can expect, both from a weather point of view as well as from the soils point of view. Immediately after them, we have got the agriculture companies and the seed companies, We have got a variety of seed companies. And these seed companies all provide different seed types. All of them have got different technologies. The focus for this year naturally has been that we would like to have seed varieties that are in line with the technology, in line with technological advancement. So the different seed companies each are showcasing the different seed types that provide, some of them have got drought resistance, others provide high yield, short yield crop services, and we've got companies like Seedco, Agric, K2, we've got Cedar Maize. We also have got Tosec here with us at the stand this year, and each of these companies are showcasing the different elements of technology, of innovation and modernization in line with the theme for this year's agricultural show. In addition to the seed companies, we also have got the fertilizer companies. So we've got companies like Lafarge. Lafarge is traditionally known as a cement company, but they are here showcasing their lime product, which is used in agriculture. We've also got companies like Windmill, we've got Superfert, we've got ZPC, Fossil Agriculture, CP Chemicals, all of which play a combined and inclusive role in helping farmers getting the best yield for their crop. So these companies are each showcasing, again, in line with the theme for this year around innovation, around technology, and how all of these can be used towards higher crop yields and better and more sustainable farming for the country of Zimbabwe. So in addition to the seed and fertilizer companies, we also have our holistic management section, and here particularly the focus really is on organic farming, on organic methods of farming, where the focus really is on sustainability. We have one of our stakeholders here, vermicompost, and they have got organic foliar fertilizer, for example, to the liquid fertilizer, which is taken from the earthworms, and they use that to enhance again the quality of the soil so that the yield becomes much better. So this is holistic management, and in addition to everything else that is being done, the focus really here is on sustainable agriculture through using nature as fertilizer. As a big part of our theme and working towards the theme of the agricultural show this year, we've got on show here different technologies, particularly solar-powered irrigation systems that has been provided by one of our stakeholders, that's Maka. And in here we have a field which is being irrigated and has an irrigation system that is powered by solar panels that you may have seen outside. So the sprinkler system works purely by the energy that comes from the sun, and we've got here different varieties of seed that our stakeholders have provided for us, Seedco and the likes. And all of this field really is to demonstrate our commitment towards sustainable agriculture, which is driven by technology, which is driven towards higher yields and food security, which is what we are all about here at Command Agriculture. So this section of our stand, we're showcasing the evolution of agriculture, particularly as far as mechanization is concerned. We illustrate the different methods that have been used throughout the years for farmers. As farmers have continued to till the land, we understand that small-scale farmers play a very important role in the food security of this country, and as a result we've got mechanization methods that could benefit them specifically, and all the way up to the large commercial farmers. So this section really focuses on the modernization and the mechanization of farming methods that have been used throughout the years. So this section of our stand, in addition to the seed companies and the chemical companies, as well as the tractor side of things, we've got the aquaponics section of the stand, where really the focus is on encouraging backyard farming, where we're using this technology to ensure food security, and I'll let my colleague here explain further how the product works.
Brilliant, thanks. So basically we've got a combination of aquaculture, which is fish farming, and hydroponics, which is the soilless growing of crops. Basically what happens is we use the fish manure, and from that we then will pump it into our plants here. They will extract the nutrients from that fish manure, and we get beautiful lettuce like this. There's 9 different hydroponic types, and so this is just one of them that we're showcasing. We've got another one, as you can see down here. What's really special about this is it requires absolutely no electricity. So we're able to grow this in places where they don't have access to electricity. Our roots are just sitting in the solution like that. As you can see, beautiful, healthy white roots. From there, we're able to grow a wide variety of crops and plants, namely tomatoes, peppers, your spinach, all your leafy greens, etc., etc. Behind me here, we've got our Moringa. Now, what I hold here in my hand is the most nutritious powder in the world. There's more nutrients, minerals, and vitamins in this powder than any other tree, crop, or plant in the world. And so what we're aiming to do is we've got an outgrowers program. People come, we train them, and what they do is they grow Moringa for us. We then buy it back and we export the oil that comes from these seeds over here. Now, what we're really wanting to focus on is the powders. In this powder, because it is so nutrient dense, we are able to absolutely demolish malnutrition in Zimbabwe with this powder. It is a desert tree, and so it requires very little water and no fertilizer at all. It's all organically grown, and so with this, I truly believe that we're going to have a malnutrition-free Zimbabwe by 2025, because this plant is so versatile and we're able to completely eradicate that malnutrition because of the huge benefits of this powder. So that's a bit about what we do, and yeah, awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for visiting our stand here at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show. This has been a presentation by Command Agriculture. We are fully committed to the vision of 2030 that has been put forward by His Excellency President Mnangagwa, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you.